Boardwalk call? Like, what was the atmosphere like?
It was good. It was different. The whole week was a little bit different setup for us, but I mean, it was ran well. I mean, for a first time holding an event somewhere like this, our hats off to our staff. Ownership was well done.
How was today different than I guess most game days and even the week leading up?
Just the actual game day was the only thing really bit different. We had some pep rallies, which we're usually on our own. We're sleeping, getting our rest, things like that. But it was for the right cause. We needed to get some fans out there, and I think this is a good venue to come back to.
Can you talk about Marco's 5-touchdown performance? I mean,
played great. That's the bottom line. Marco had a good game. They kept trying to press him, and he kept beating it. So that's hats off to him. And Dan put it right where he needed to all 5 times.
What was your evaluation of the first half, Clint? You guys seemed a
Awful.
little choppy. Yeah.
It's kind of a lead up after a big win, against Tampa last week. It normally happens. I was a little bit afraid of it. Came out a little flat, but we played well. We just didn't make the plays when we needed to. We had our hands on picks and weren't making them. We kind of got stalemated in the red zone a little bit. Our run game wasn't good, and therefore we ended up being down at halftime.
To that end, Dan was 9 for 9 in the third quarter. What do you think changed, or what kind of had?
We weren't in the red zone as much. I mean, they had a good game plan for our red zone. They did a good job. They weren't going to let us run the ball, and they stalemated us at the line of scrimmage a little bit, and we weren't getting off of it. So. We were scoring from out, and that's where, the game plan had changed.
Were there any adjustments going into the second half? It does seem like, after break, you're kind of clicking on all cylinders.
We just stepped it up. We came out flat, I think, the first half, and we went in and talked about it and fussed at a few people and got things going. And, we turned it up, and it's nice to be able to do, but you need to play all 4 quarters like that.
What are your takeaways from this game that you're going to apply for the next weeks?
There are some coaching points. There was a few times we didn't do the right things, offense, defense, as far as using the clock, making them not be able to score there right before half. We needed to play a little bit softer, make them use their timeouts. And, there's a lot, we can fix. And the good news is we have the talent. We didn't make the plays we needed to at times, and that gets you in trouble against good football teams, and that's why we lost the Jacksonville game, because we didn't make the plays we needed to.
Was defense the main emphasis? I mean, looking at from last week with Gooseby and now this week, Ken Richardson and Romain both got picks.
No. There's no ever a main emphasis for us. We want to win all 3 phases. The defense wants to do a good job. They want to get stops. They want to get turnovers. Offense, we want to score every time. Special teams, we want to pin them deep and make a play there. We won, for the most part, I would say we won all 3 phases. We won the football game. We gave up less points than they did, and we recovered onside kicks. So we won all 3 phases, but it just wasn't pretty.
What would you think about James Romain and Gooseby over the last 2 weeks and the big plays that coming up?
Romain's coming into his own. That's what we hoped James would be when we signed him back as our safety. He's been playing that way for us for the last 2 years, and he deserved the opportunity to play in the middle. And Gooseby's Gooseby. That man, I love him. I've been with him for 6 years now, and he can do it. At any position, he's done it all for us, and can't say no.
How about Metz tonight? What did you see out of him?
I don't know. I didn't, get a chance to watch him as much. I know he made some plays. He put some pressure on him, but until you watch film, I don't look at the box very often with the bigs. That's Vogel's job, and I'm usually looking at the secondary when we're on defense, and I'm usually looking at the receivers when we're on offense.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Thanks a lot.
You had like a kind of an unsold first half, 17 points. What were they doing, or what was it? How did you adjust that?
Yeah, they got a good veteran in the middle over there, Eddie Moulton. He's been playing for a long time. He gets them in the right spot a lot of times. And then a lot of it I thought was us beating ourselves down there in the first half. Got to overcome that. Got stopped too many times in the first half, so eliminated that. Came in at halftime. Told the guys, don't press, don't worry. Get in our zone, take the right releases, play catch out there on offense, move the ball, settle down. Played off each other. Used the defense, played off each other's energy there.
Now that you've had a couple days, now that you've gone through it, what are the last couple days like for you guys?
Work day. Yeah. That's what we always say at practice. Just another work day. It was nice to get back to Jersey from Florida. I know that sounds ironic, but it was nice to get back home and get in our normal routine. I thought we had a pretty dang good week of practice, and came down here yesterday. Got to see the venue. Looked great. Was excited to come out. And, I thought we came out pretty hot. Scored on the first play. Short second drive, and then kind of fell in a funk. But our guys answered the bell. I'm proud of them, and we'll take it.
Would you like to play here again? Like, if they decide to come back?
Sure. Our ownership, this team is run like a real professional organization from top to bottom. Ownership to players, to interns, to everyone else involved. They really love what they're doing. They're dedicated to it. So it only shows with how beautiful the venue was, and everyone was on their game. And I'd love to come back if they'd love to have us.
You mentioned the pep rally today and everything going on, and do you almost feel like it's a little bit of a slow start in the first half? Is it almost a little bit of a distraction, or?
If you let it be, it is. But it was a pep rally. Should get you fired up a little bit. But yeah, throws a wrench in the routine a little bit. But that's okay. We got to be able to score there in the red zone. That's uncharacteristic of us. So we'll get back on the chalkboard, figure out what we did wrong, and fix that, and then keep doing what we do well. So just got to keep playing soul ball, and our defense is getting stopped, so we can't get stopped.
Can you talk about Lonnie Outlaw's performance?
Hey, Lonnie. Lonnie did some good things, and then he's still young. It's only his second game, and at times you can tell that too. But we love that kid. That kid is passionate and energy, and he fits in well with what we do. So anytime he gets the ball in his hand, good things have normally been happening. So just got to keep getting better. Stay in the film room. He's a good special teams player, and just when your number's called at receiver here, you got to be able to step up.
What do you think clicked for you in the second half?
Our O-line stepped it up. They know they got a little bit of pressure there on us at the end of the first half. So they stepped it up a little bit, get the ball out of my hands. Guys were making timely plays. That's what it's about. Make a big play at the right time, and we were able to get the momentum back on our side. I wish we could have carried it over stronger into the fourth quarter a little more, but like I said, I'm proud of our guys, and it doesn't matter if we win by 1 or 100. We'll take it.
Can you talk about the line performance shutting down Mike Lewis, who had 2 sacks against you in 2013 and just been a dominant guy throughout?
Mike's a good player, man. Mike's good. Carter's good. Their Mac brings good pressure. Our guys, I can't say enough about how solid our guys are up front. And Gerald's coming in, he's been doing a heck of a job too. It's not easy to play fullback in this league. It's a head-on collision every play. They've been working their tails off. And I bark at those guys a lot, but they know I got nothing but love and respect for them. And anytime I seem to get a little fired up, they step up and they do a great job, and I love those guys.
Can you talk about the review where it was in the second quarter and the timeout?
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know you could review if a timeout was called or not. I thought it was being reviewed for a scoring play or not. I wasn't sure. To be honest with you, it was ruled he was short.
Yeah, he was short, and the timeout was called prior.
Yeah. Okay. So he was ruled short. After, I snuck over there and saw the replay booth. I couldn't really tell if it was. So I wasn't expecting much, and they came out and said that, caught everyone off guard. Hey man, arena football's quirky,
Did Clint say anything about that? Is that in the rules?
Yeah, he said he was calling a timeout, and I guess he talked to the refs about it, and it was like,
yeah,
see if you can see me calling the timeout.
Is that reviewable though?
Over my head. I'm not sure.
Hey, thanks so much.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right, Jake, can you talk about your performance tonight? You started at Mac linebacker and your first game in the AFL.
Hey, first game, just wanted to get out here and have fun. My teammates rallied around me, and they helped me, feel comfortable enough to come out here and dominate, and still got a lot to learn, but it was a great time.
Can you talk about that offensive line Las Vegas has? Terrence Campbell was ejected early for punching James Romain in the face. What did you see on that play?
Hey, these guys, they came out talking. We just tried to keep our mouths shut and just play football. That's all we're taught. Yeah.
How much was it different for you to be in the secondary a little bit and having to help cover a little bit at Mac? It was something that you didn't really do that much at college as a D end.
It was different, but I've been playing football for years, and it's all the same game to me. And, I just translate, bring my game to the field, and I'm just going to get better every day.
You also got some looks at fullback. Talk about that a little bit. You saw some of that action in camp.
In camp, they had me at fullback, just trying me out, and I guess I did well enough that they felt comfortable to bring me onto the field. And like I said, I'll do anything to contribute. That's about it.
How'd you feel playing here at Boardwalk Hall? It's the first time an AFL game has been here, not the first indoor
This
game.
place has a lot of tradition, and it's beautiful here, as you can tell. And the crowd was rocking. It was just a great experience for my first game. Yeah.
And can you talk about, leading up to this? You guys had the pep rally today and some other events. Just talk about how it was leading up to the game.
I think just coming into Atlantic City, it was just a great experience. Being here and having the life, come to the hotel and just to see everything. It was just a great time. Yeah.
All right, James, can you talk about today's game? You guys got the win. You're now 9-1.
We 9-1, man, but it was an ugly win. It was an ugly win, man. We definitely should have won by more, but at the end of the day, you're always happy with the W, man. So I'm happy that we got the 9-1. And next week, we just got to come out and play lights out like we did in the third quarter.
You talk about facing a receiver like Jomo Wilson. He's really been having a good year this year, and one of the best of all time probably in this league.
I mean, just playing against guys like Jomo and Solo, these guys is vets, man. So being in the game and playing against vets, man, it's just like you want to be great. And my motto is when you step on this field, be great. And I just like stepping up and going against great competition.
You tied the AFL leader Ken Fontenette in interceptions today about 5 minutes after he got his 8th pick.
Yeah,
so, I heard, talk about that
I heard he got 2 tonight.
I don't know about that. I know he has 1.
Yeah, Fontenette, he been having a lights out year. I think 2 weeks ago he had 4 in one game, so that's big right there. So just basically, I'm trying to catch him. I want to be the league leader because I feel like I'm the best in this league, like player, not just defensive back. I just feel like I'm the best player. So I just feel like he's making plays and I'm making plays, so I'm gonna catch him.
Now, one of the interesting things of this game was you and Terrence Campbell, you actually got kind of hooked in the face a little bit there. Just talk about that a little bit.
That was the big guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, when guys know they're not better than you, when they score, they like to talk trash and all that. He came to my face and everything got heated and he threw a punch to my jaw. All of that was uncalled for. I mean, we athletes. We should leave the fighting outside to the thugs and the goons and the streets. So I just felt like that was uncalled for. All of that could have been avoided.
You stayed very composed afterwards. Just talk about that a little bit and how you knew you had to stay in the game. And, similar to what happened with Quincy Butler a few weeks ago in Philly with the whole throwing the helmet over the stands.
That was crazy, man. And this game is a lot of mixed emotions and up and downs with levels and stuff. So I just feel like players just need to control themselves, Think about your actions before, like parenting. It's just like parenting. So the coaches tell you don't go out there and make no bonehead moves, and that was just a bonehead move. So I just got to police my guys not to make no bonehead moves next game.
All right, one more question. Rayshon Kaiser this week was dealt to the LA Kiss. Can you talk about that a little bit and what you expect to see from him?
Ray taught me everything I know. That's my guy. I feel like he's one of the best in this league, like all time. So I just feel like I think he has the ability to turn that whole franchise around in LA. So I just feel like he'll be good.
Thanks.